You know, I kind of like this new intro music, David.
For 4 years, we finally need something.
You're not doing something right.
Those are our 6 fans in your office. There we go.
You know, I got to tell you, we've been having fun with this going into our 4th year. And, the toys just keep getting better and better and better.
Okay, cool.
Okay. David and I have been ranting about the fact that social media has had the censorship that has directly affected us. We've gone to battle, had to write apologies, had to say we're sorry, had to admit we won't do it again. One broadcast, we had a 7-day, 3-day, and then it was a 30-day. Remember, we had a 30-day knockout? That was because fact checkers didn't like the information we were putting forward, which in the end was 100% right. Which is kind of crazy if you think about it, because David and I are 2 guys, one in Montreal, one in Florida, just basically looking at the news, being unbiased, unfiltered, and doing independent research. It didn't take much to come up with the answers and find the truth. And I guess the call to action of the United States, it looks like now Canada, has specifically been going back to common sense. Whether it's Mark Zuckerberg taking a knee, Elon Musk saying, fuck you all, I am buying Twitter, and I'm going to clean up what he believed was right and wrong. Everything is sort of falling into line. Now, again, is Donald Trump going off the rails and saying some pretty crazy shit? I will definitely say, yep. But the first thing out of his mouth, David, and it's off the topic for today, was if you don't set these hostages free, there will be hell to pay. And, I think that's the message that he wanted to get out there. There will be hell to pay if common sense doesn't prevail. Welcome, everybody, to the Rant Network. My name is Stuart. That is David. We are your co-hosts on a go-to podcast, unfiltered, unapologetic discussion. Now, it's a diverse range of topics with candid conversations that hold our opinions, whether it's breaking down the latest headlines, exploring pop culture, debating politics, or delving into the complexities of modern life. We offer this platform to you for perspective. So grab a seat, settle in, and join us on this journey on another thought-provoking rant, meaningful discussion. This is where your voice matters, and no topics off limits. And clearly, David just sort of lets me go. So I'm really just at a jaw-dropping moment in this podcast where we haven't been censored yet. And
well, don't give my ideas. Don't give my ideas.
When's that? Well, sorry, I feel like I'm being censored again. But we're not. And that's amazing. The freedom to speak. Now, there are people on the left that are now yelling from rooftops, and it's kind of funny. The liberal media that was pro-Palestine, from the river to the sea, are now saying that Jewish groups are going to be persecuted because of a lack of moderation on Meta. Yep. As you know, Zuckerberg took a knee wearing a $900,000 watch. Yep. Kind of sucks to be in a liberal elite, isn't it? $900,000 watch. David, you live in a house. Can you imagine a $900,000 watch?
That's probably forget it.
No.
No.
Because we whine about our first world problems. Lisa, tell me about it. And I got to tell you, where has the media gone? No, not going, yeah, maybe we were a little fucked up and a little bit stupid and a little bit overzealous and a little bit too Manchurian candidate news. But no, where is the media gone? Not saying, hey, we made a mistake. Let's sort of move on. No, they're doubling down on the narrative that this is bad. You need fact checkers. And where did fact checkers begin? When the Democrats needed another narrative to try and beat up truth and false. They only cared about the other person's false, not their own. David.
All right. So, Stuart, like yesterday morning, Meta put out a statement. Zuckerberg had a video. They did some of the news channels and announced that, yeah, okay, we kind of realized we went overboard. We tried to censor what they thought and they determined was, inappropriate stuff. Stuart and I have been, like we Stuart said, it's like our rant has been going on for 4 years. We fact check. And let me tell you that one of the times we got banned, okay, how the fact checkers work. Stuart, I don't know if you recall this, but I believe it was Ismail Haniyeh who was the head of Hamas, the terrorist folks, who was one of the masterminds of October the 7th, who Israel took out not that long ago, was holding up a child dressed in a Hamas military outfit with the armband, and he was holding a gun. The kid was holding a gun. And we got banned for hate speech. Now, if anybody would have listened to the podcast, what we exposed was the fallacy that the media refused to show this picture, refused to show the truth about the Hamas and the terrorist, desires and how they dress their children and the propaganda and the hate speech and all that kind of stuff. They denied it, and so did Meta. Meta shut us down. We were in the penalty box over that. There was no jury to talk to. There was no opportunity for us to even rebut. We were canned. The censors canceled us for a period of time. And that was Meta. And that's why we were frustrated. Why is anybody, like you're judge, jury, and executioner, and you decided at that point, okay, at that point you decided it was inappropriate. It was totally appropriate. It's totally appropriate. What Meta doesn't want, as Stuart is consistently flipping the screen, is exactly this. End to fact check, because it is not it was just a way to control the message. Now, by the way, the technology companies, Stuart, admitted, if you recall, that they got pressure. They got pressure from the Biden administration to suppress the Hunter Biden laptop story, and then they shut down the New York Post. They got pressure to shut down, any information about Russian collusion, whatever. But what does the left like to do, Stuart? All right, Jewish groups expect anti-Semitism to flourish. I'm like, Stuart, I got to tell you something about that statement. All right, this is the fear-mongering. Because I'm sick and tired of hearing this. Because on X, yeah, there is anti-Semitism, but it needs to come out, people. What needs to come out is the let's expose. We've seen when we hide the people who are putting it out. It's not about not putting out the anti-Semitism, racism. It's doing something about it. And had the media stopped complaining, maybe the idiot in New Orleans would have been caught sooner, because he posted. Look what he posted on media. Guys, look what he posted on social. Where were the fact checkers and the censors to check out this guy who was professing to go and kill people? We've seen this all the time. For shit's sake, the Ayatollah in Iran gets to put out anything. Like, I'm tired of the double speak. Let's talk about free speech for 2 seconds here, Stuart. Free speech means I could say what I want. What I can't do is run into a movie theater and yell fire when there's no fire. That's not free speech. That's causing harm. And if they would put down the clamps and they would do something about it, then this is a great opportunity to expose the people who should be incarcerated, who should be shut down. But let me tell you what the media does. The media calls this succumbing to Trump. Just like Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski, who went to Mar-a-Lago from MSNBC right after the election to talk to Donald Trump, what was the answer? they're kissing the Trump ring. It's all about, again, the media can't handle the fact that they are not in control of the message, that they're not in control of our lives. Media wants to control your life, your thinking, everything about you. And yet, here's Mark Zuckerberg saying, yeah, we've gone long enough and we've screwed up. And the fact that he's even comparing himself to X and how he's going to handle things, it just shows you what people want. Yes, there's a repercussion, 100%. But there's a repercussion to everything. There's anti-Semitism in the streets. They're allowed free speech there. Why are you forcing Facebook to theoretically, who, by the way, did not shut down anti-Semitism? Let's get real, okay? But where is the reaction on the streets? Why is it only in social media? Because you can't. Because, Stuart, let me finish with this, and I'll give this to you. The reason they're upset is because they can no longer control the conservative speak. They can't control the right. They can't control shutting it down. That's what it is. They're thrilled by what the anarchy that they're seeing on the streets. They're thrilled by what they're seeing happen out there. But the moment that the right has a platform, they want to shut it down. And now they lost that control.
But David, but you said something and you left something out. The media shut us down because we showed a child holding a gun.
Social media. We showed social, not media. Social media.
Social media. Sorry. But when they were chanting from the river to the sea.
Okay. That was okay.
It's okay. There's no problem with that.
Okay. Great.
So rules for me. And again, David, I love.
Yeah. No, but that's right. But that's what it is. But we've always said that.
And while you were talking and you were getting annoyed because I was changing the screen, I was dropping different news organizations' captions on today's paper, which I thought was very appropriate while you were going on this little rant about what this is all about. The left is terrified of the truth. The government says we're here to help. You better go into your closet, get the gun because they're coming for you.
Oh, no, don't get the gun because the gun is a bad thing. You have to elect us lefties because we know what's best. Look, that's what they want. They wanted their own platform to control the messaging, and they got it at Meta. They got it at Meta. Look, Stuart, every election for the last God knows how many years, when you are just look at the following, look at the sharing, look at the algorithms. If you actually sat down with people from Google, from YouTube, from Meta, from all these, they'll tell you the algorithm is purposely done to suppress conservative talk, suppress conservative messaging.
And you're right. And we're agreeing. We're saying the same thing, David.
Yeah.
I'm just flabbergasted. Listen. Let's take it one step further. People make fun of Donald Trump, and I understand it. He gets off topic, he gets off script, and he sounds kind of lunatic-like. But is he really doing it intentionally at this point? Governor Gretzky. Trudeau literally got thrown out of office. Not just because he's a bumbling idiot and that he should have been thrown out 9 years ago and never elected, but the pressure that came,
Stuart,
create
no. You. I love the way you Americans think you have control. It isn't that, and let's just walk away from Trudeau for a second. The reality of what's interesting about this message by Meta is the admission that they had fact checkers that were politically motivated.
You're right.
That was the word. And they were politically motivated to which side? To the left. So the AOC's got a clear and loud platform. Ilhan Omar got a clear and loud platform. Rashida Tlaib got a clear and loud platform to scream anything that they wanted, unopposed. But if you or I were to sit there and go, they're wrong, we got suppressed.
Yeah. I'll agree. I'll dip the knee, but I just want to, let our listeners and the people that are watching us live. This has been the problem for the last 8 years. 4 years, specifically over 4 years. But media has gone off the deep end since Dan Rather.
It's more than 8. No, please,
Well,
it's even before Dan. It's before Dan Rather. The media has tried to control the message, knowing and trying to wield its power. What media has lost is the power, and it still believes that it controls it. And if it's, if you didn't see anything in this election, social media won for Obama. Social media eventually won it for Trump. It wasn't media. Media helps. Media is no longer the power. Without social media, media does not have a voice box anymore. Let's be real, okay? And we see it in Canada, by the way, when Meta, by the way, just so you know, and again, we're sidetracking just a fraction here. Meta, all that. I can't post an article from a newspaper or a radio or any media house here because the government of Canada said that they won't pay. They wanted money for the media houses. Meta said, no, Meta will not let me post anything in Canada on Facebook. If I want to have to take a picture, I can't even put the URL. That's the power of social, people. Social media is really powerful. And that's what scares the left now, because they just gave the platform back to the right, and they did not, now they can't control it anymore. And that scares the living hell out of them. So now the Wild West is actually, you know what's going to happen, Stuart?
What?
There's Truth Social on the right. There's Rumble, let's call it, on the right. Watch how many more, Facebook wannabes are going to come up on the left to try to be a left-only social channel. That's my prediction. Stuart, let's wrap it up for Hump Day, shall we? As he puts out the crickets.
Yep. And that brings us to a close. Another episode of the Rent Network. We truly appreciate you tuning in and sharing this time with us. Your support and engagement means everything, and continue to foster an honest, thought-provoking conversation. Don't forget, we're here every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, noon Eastern. Stay connected with us through social media, as long as they let us. And to let you know your thoughts, questions, and topics, we'd love to hear you for our next discussion. Your feedback helps shapes this community and keeps the conversation alive. Thank you once again for joining us. Until next time, keep the rants passionate, the discussion vibrant, the ideas flowing. Take care, and we'll see you real soon.